I'm so nervous. I don't know why. Hey guys, it's Jackie. Welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell, I do not have my eyebrows on, and that is because today's video is going to be a little bit different. I am going to be tinting my eyebrows for the first time ever on video. I have really blonde eyebrows, as you can see, and so I have to, every time I do my makeup, fill them in pretty much completely because there's not really anything there to see. I would just love to be able to wake up and have eyebrows. That would be really nice. So tinting them, if it's successful, will be a huge game changer for me because really filling in my eyebrows is tedious. It takes a long time. I'm actually mostly nervous. I'm a little excited because if it turns out great, this hack is going to be a lifesaver for me, but if it turns out terrible, I might cry. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So before I start doing anything with my eyebrows, I'm going to clean them up. I don't have any eyebrow powder or pencil or pomade or anything in my eyebrows, but I do have foundation on, and there's probably a little bit of that and powder and oils and stuff in there. So I'm going to grab a little cotton round like this, and I'm going to grab some of my Blum Naturals Oil Control Daily Makeup Remover. You want to make sure that whatever makeup remover or cleanser that you use is oil free, because if you have any oils in your eyebrows, the dye is not going to adhere to it as well. Just going to wipe off any makeup that may be in there. It's going to look a little crazy because I'm literally wiping off all my foundation around there. I'm just going to keep doing this until I'm not seeing any more foundation on that round. I'm going to grab some of this rubbing alcohol and I'm going to dip it, or dip a Q-tip in there, and I'm going to run that through my brows just to get rid of any excess oil that may be in them before I start dyeing them. I'm so nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I didn't think I'd be this nervous, honestly, but now that it's go time, there's no turning back. I'm doing this. I got the light medium brown dye. I was struggling between getting the brown and the light medium brown, and the reason is because I normally color in my brows like a medium brown to medium dark brown when I'm doing my makeup. But when I'm not doing my makeup, I don't want my eyebrows to look really dark. It works when you have a full face of makeup on. When you don't have a full face of makeup on, having like really bold brows would look kind of silly, right? So I wanted to get a color that would look more natural for me. Of course, my natural brows are blonde, but if they were, you know, a little bit darker than this to where you could see them, I feel like that would look more natural. So that was what I was aiming for, is just to grab this light medium brown. It kind of looks a little bit like a ashy taupey color, and I'm hoping that's what will happen when I put it on my brows. So inside it comes with a color developer here, and then a color base and a mixing brush, which I can't use that for my eyebrows, but I'll use it to mix the base and the developer together. And then it comes with gloves, which I probably won't need. And then it comes with this tray as well, and some instructions, which I will definitely read first because just to be safe. So you're just going to want to squeeze an equal amount of developer and color base into this tray and mix them together. That is the first step, so I'll go ahead and do that. I will grab the color base first, and I'm just going to do like that much. Grab this developer and do an equal amount, so like that. And then I'll just use the end of this to mix those two together. That. Okay, so once it's all mixed together, it looks like this in the tray. I'm gonna go ahead and set that down. So the next step says, to avoid getting product on the skin, put some petroleum jelly around the beard line. So I'll go ahead and put some of this petroleum jelly around my brows, and I'm just going to put it around my brows where I don't want that dye to stick, which is kind of hard when my brows are blonde and the petroleum jelly is clear, so I can't really see where I'm putting it. so nervous. Okay, so I have watched a lot of tutorials on this, testing this product out, and most people left it on the scene for like closer to 10 minutes. So hopefully it'll turn out not too dark. But I think I'm just going to apply it with a angled brush like this. I'll just fill it in just like I normally fill my brows, putting a little bit lighter of an amount in the front of the brow and then being more generous with it as I'm going out towards my tail. Hopefully it'll have a nice gradient look to it. Start in the middle. Oh wow, okay, this is hard because I cannot see it. Oh, okay. Okay. I think if I did this again, I probably wouldn't put the petroleum jelly on just because I'm so confused with all the different like shiny wetness going on my brows, like where the dye starts and where the petroleum jelly starts, because it's all clear and I can't really see what I'm doing. I feel like the Vaseline was a terrible idea. As I'm watching it develop, there's gonna be areas where I'm gonna have to go back and touch up because I put the Vaseline in too far. I mean, this eyebrow was looking rough. I also can't get it to adhere to that area either, which is super irritating. But all right, moment of truth. Okay. That's not terrible. That's not terrible considering. I'm not super mad about that actually. I mean, this one is gonna be not looking quite as good, but I'm just brushing it back to make sure that I am getting all the dye out. Oh, I am not mad about that. That actually looks pretty good. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, okay. I can live with that. This side needs a little more help. My brows, you know, I don't normally see my entire brows because I color them in. You know, they're so blonde I can't tell. But I can see over here where my more sparse areas are. Like here in the front, like the hairs don't grow as far in as they do on this side. And so I would need to come back in and see if I can get the dye to, I guess, like dye my skin a little bit up here in the front so that they're more even. But even if I have to draw in a little bit over here, it's not terrible. Yeah, that brow does not look nearly as good. So I feel like that looks more even. I mean, they're not gonna be perfect, and I'm okay with that because I can come back in with a pencil or some powder and, you know, fix the areas that, you know, that are more sparse that the dye didn't adhere to, like my skin. But I feel like that's much closer to being even. So I'll give that about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wash it off and pray it works. I think because I developed this a couple times, they're actually a lot darker than I anticipated, but that's okay. That helped a little bit, but you can still see where my eyebrow these hairs just want to lay sideways instead of more straight up like these ones do. These hairs over here are much more cooperative. So, but you know, a little eyebrow gel and an eyebrow pencil and all that, adding that there will help fix that problem. So I'm not too mad about it. I'm actually really happy with the fact that, you know, I have visible eyebrow hairs now. I mean, it looks pretty good. The color's a little bit darker than I wanted, but that's because I put it in for so long. Maybe next time I'll do 5 minutes when I kind of perfect the art of this. It was just a little bit terrifying at first. I'm sure with practice this would get easier and easier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and conceal my brows and put a little bit of eyebrow gel in them and see how I like it then. Okay, now that I've put this Brow Gal eyebrow gel with, it's the brown hair one with brow fibers in it. I use that to kind of get my brows to lay where I want them, and I like it so much better. I didn't realize because my eyebrows are blonde just like how unruly they are and how they just go in all sorts of different directions. This eyebrow is pretty cooperative. These hairs stand straight up. These ones go the side like I want, but these ones all just fall over. And so it just makes it look like I have way less hair over here because they all kind of bunch together. It's very strange, but I can use this eyebrow gel to kind of make the hairs spread out a little bit more so it looks more even. And once I did that, I'm really happy with how they turned out. Again, they're darker than I want, but that's okay. They will fade, and next time I do it, I'll make sure to leave it in for less time and not use the Vaseline. I can just clean up as I go if I need to, but I think that was really what was the biggest issue for me, was just not being able to see where I was placing the product. So maybe next time I would just use concealer so I can have that as a guide, but Vaseline, not doing Vaseline again. So all in all, I feel like this was a success. I'm really happy with how they turned out, and yeah, I'm excited to try this again. And the great thing about it is these tubes, unlike hair dye, so when you dye your hair, you know, when you mix the developer and the color base together, you mix it all together and then you have to toss all of the rest that you don't use in the garbage. But with these, you get to keep these tubes and reuse them over and over again since you're only using a little bit at a time, which is awesome. So this, I mean, because you're only using a tiny pea-sized amount, can last for such a long time. And I think I paid $10 for this. So it's a great alternative to pricey eyebrow tinting at a salon. So that's something to consider. If you guys liked this DIY eyebrow tinting video, let me know. And if you'd like to see more like this, please give it a thumbs up so that I know. I had a lot of fun doing it, especially on camera for the first time with you guys and kind of taking you through the adventure with me. It was scary, but thankfully it ended okay. So yeah, I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.